name is Storyteller Velma, and I've been telling stories for the past few years. I worked as a teacher for many years, read stories to children, and after leaving the classroom, I started telling stories. The Little Red House. This is one of my favorite stories. One day a little boy woke up and he called out to his mom, "Mom, Mom, I'm bored." His mom came running. She always had wonderful things for that little boy to do. And she said, "Would you like to go on an adventure today?" And the little boy said, "But where would I go? And what would I do?" And she said, "You can go and find the little red house without a door and a star inside. You can go down the lane and you will be able to find the little red house without a door and a star inside." It was a cool fall morning, and the little boy dressed himself. He put his jacket on, put his hat on his head, and he started down the lane. And no sooner he got down the lane, he saw a little girl, and she was playing the game, hide and go seek. Last night and night before, 24 blackbirds at my door. I got up, let them in, hit them over the head with a rolling pin. The boy said, "Excuse me, please, but could you tell me where I could find the little red house without a door and a star inside?" Well, that little girl laughed at him. She said, "There's no such a thing as a little red house without a door and a star inside. But I tell you what you do. If you look way across the field, you'll see a man. And that man is my father. He's painting the brown house. Go over and ask him." And the little boy trudged through the tall grass and around the big pumpkins until he got to the man, and he said, "Excuse me, sir, but could you tell me where I could find the little red house without a door and a star inside?" The man said, "Did you say a star inside? Never heard of no such a house as that." The little boy looked so very sad. But the man said to him, "Why don't you ask Granny? She's lived for a long time and she knows lots of things. Why don't you go down the road for about a mile, turn left on the dusty dirt road, and you'll see a big house, and Granny lives in that house." Little boy started on down the road. Big tears welled up in his eyes. And he walked and he walked and he walked until he saw that big house. There were some big rocking chairs on the porch. And in one of those rocking chairs sat an old lady. And he went up and he said, "Are you Granny?" "Yes, I am, young whippersnapper. How can I help you?" And the little boy said, "I'm looking for the little red house without a door and a star inside." Granny laughed at him so hard that her knitting fell out of her hand. She said, "Son, I've never heard of a house like that. But why don't you ask the wind? Maybe the wind could help you." And he could hear the wind going, "Woo." And the wind took him up to the top of the hill. And down before him fell a beautiful apple. And he picked that apple up. And he said, "Could this be the little red house without a door and a star inside?" He said, "This is it. And here's the chimney up on the top." And he ran. He said, "Granny, I found it. And he ran back by the farmer. He said, "Mr. Farmer, the man who was painting, I found the little red house without a door and a star inside." And he went back by the little girl. He said, "Listen, I found the little red house without a door and a star inside." And the little boy ran on back to his own mom's house. He knocked on the door, knock, 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 and his mom opened the door. And he said, "Mom, I found the little red house without a door and a star inside." And guess what? His mom took her knife out and she cut it in a very special way. And there inside lay a beautiful star. The little red house without a door and a star inside. Thank you so very much.